Okay, testing, testing. Do we got audio? We do. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, I'm pretty much set to go. Okay, so last time, I think we were just about to see the well, not the final boss, but the last boss for that day. We'd been walking around the canyon trying to find a professor that had been kidnapped. That had apparently been working on trying to figure out nuclear weapons, and it looks like the Mafia once was funding the research and now wants to get their hands on it. So yeah, I guess those are the stakes now. Let's pick up where we left off. Oh, sorry, just alt-tabbing for a second. Yeah, just wanted to make sure the stream side was set up properly. Okay, looks fine. You know, I've been thinking maybe I should lower the bitrate. Like it keeps telling me the stream is unstable because of it. Even though I think it's alright for the quality I have it set up for. I don't know.
Leave this to me.
I'm on it.
Okay, let's just go right in. We already picked up everything in this area. There it is. It was so dilapidated. Alright, so there was what would you call it? Like off-site testing area for this kind of thing. So it looked like they were bringing this kidnapped professor over there. This is the perfect place to conduct field research for the natural sciences, though. Like, what do you mean? But it sure doesn't look like there's cutting-edge research being done in it. I can see some relatively recent footprints and tracks on the ground. So if nothing else, it has certainly been in use. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that professor was being held hostage here. Okay. Roagrayam? Fearsome fowl, like a sudden chicken. A giant avian monster? Out of nowhere. A what? This here must be its turf. Time to take it out. Wait, is it just a random unrelated monster that dropped in? Okay. It's so disappointing. Oh, I can use...
A chance for a shot boost.
I can use magic immediately, but I want a shield.
Going all in.
Okay, let me just move a bit away from the group.
Cobalt curtain.
Let me just avoid those AoEs.
Mr. Oddbite. Use a sharp boost.
Let's start.
to the upper hand. Full boost.
Let's start trying to tank this thing.
Fascinating skill.
Take that. Take this.
I won't lose.
So what's it weak to?
Loading enemy stats.
Fire. Okay. I just
I suggest we strike now.
back off a tiny
Initializing
bit.
drive. Initiating drive.
On yes.
Yeah, this looks like it'll work pretty well.
I won't let this chance slip by.
May want to get some shields
A chance
back.
for a shot.
Energy output max.
Don't mind me.
Just no matter what, I want to be by these kids.
Don't mind me. Don't mind
Make it
me.
count.
I need to give Reset something that gives me more
Some elements
CP.
look effective. Activating skill.
Here's a little more.
wait, free seal.
Chance.
Full boost. Go all out.
Oh, I hope that didn't use up the boost turn.
Here goes.
I think it did. Well, whatever.
Go all out. Activating
Time for the
skill.
main event.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
I won't lose.
Initializing drive.
I suggest we strike.
This'll hurt. Think fast. Take this.
There!
On yes. Yeah.
Petra! I won't hold back.
A lot of status
Don't mind
effects.
me.
Energy output max.
Keep it up. It's working. Cobalt curtain.
Maybe I'm too far away from the party.
Let's go down.
How are we gonna work with this anyway? Let's see.
Make it count.
Initializing drive.
Initializing drive. A chance.
Full boost. Go all out.
Make it count.
Activating
Time for the
skill.
main event. Vandalize. Raid.
No, I've been looking at Twitter a lot because I don't know why, but I'm seeing a lot of posts about the newer Trails games, and I need to just
Some elements
mute
look
them
affected.
from my timeline because there are so many fucking spoilers in there for games that haven't been localized. People just forget, like they just download the
Some
translated
elements
patch
look
for the
affected.
Japanese version and just fuck anyone that didn't play them.
Activating skill.
No! Here I go.
Activating
I shall
skill.
end this. Ha!
I wonder if I should be saving my CP. This looks like the boss of the area, but it's kind of nothing, so I wouldn't be surprised if something else
Boost
pops up
gauge
after this.
limiter removed.
There!
There.
Petra!
A chance.
Powered up.
Full boost. Go all out. Activating skill.
All you on yes.
Boost level maximum strength.
Ha!
I could have it use crafts,
Keep it
honestly.
up. It's working. I suggest we strike now.
Some arts
That.
work better.
This'll do the trick.
Activating skill.
Locking on. Fire.
Yeah, he does more damage like that, honestly. Ah, damn it.
I won't lose.
Boost level maximum strength. Initializing drive.
This'll hurt.
Full boost. Go all
I
out.
lost the hate bonus
Think
at
fast.
some point. Let's get it back.
Engaging shield.
No, he just wants to attack those guys.
On yes.
Here I go.
I should have her stand by Van
Some
and
elements
just tank
look
with both of
affected.
them.
Activating skill.
Have some more.
A chance.
Boost level maximum strength.
What should I do? I suggest we strike now.
Initializing drive.
This'll do the trick.
Sealed. Or something.
Initiating drive.
No!
Dispatching shield.
I might just explode. I don't know, just status effects. Who cares?
Petra!
They're stunned.
I won't let this chance slip by.
Energy output max. Activating skill.
Have some more.
Mr. Arkwright!
Activating skill.
Now!
I think I've grown a
That
little.
was pretty easy. Because having shields already is so huge. That takes care of it. Good work, everyone. That was rough. Something up, Catra? Well, it's just that this area is absolutely used for field research by the Institute on a regular basis. And yet I've never once heard reports of monsters like that one showing up here. That goes for the monsters we found in the mining tunnel too. So we've got monsters popping up all over in places they really shouldn't be? One possibility does come to mind. Could be the abnormalities actually far below us. What do you mean? Why below? You're as sharp as ever, Mr. Arkwright. I didn't expect you to connect this to the many other disturbances across the continent in recent years. Not so quickly, at least. I'm just going off hearsay, though. I'm guessing you're a lot more in the know about him than I am. It's like, I'm just guessing, but you read the script. There have been numerous cases in the past few years of disturbances in the septium veins, causing abnormalities. During Erebonia's civil and international wars, or Crossbell's unilateral independence declaration and recent occupation, for example. Septium veins? I remember hearing about them in the past from Gian. Something about them flowing under the continent and being the source of all life. They're called dragon veins in the east. Indeed, interference with the septium veins has produced a number of distinctive phenomena. Among them is the emergence of new monsters, as well as existing ones, becoming noticeably more aggressive. It has also resulted in the appearance of giant monsters from a higher plane known as cryptids. This is all news to me. That does sound similar to what's happening here. Assuming there is a connection, then what's happening here in Vassal? Was that a cryptid then? Kinda looked like one of them. But I recognized it as something. There's still no signs of life inside the building. If someone was in there, I'd figure that battle would have drawn them out. Looks like we might have come here for nothing, but we still might find something useful in there. Yeah, I think we should have a good look inside, just in case. I can recover my health and MP again. No?
Whoops.
I can't. Not allowed to turn back. Let me just save, in case. I don't want to do the fight again. In case anything happens. Question mark? Bubbles? We got a diver spying on us. There's trust everywhere, and not a soul to be seen. That PC over there is plugged in. There's a cable connecting it to the orbital network even. I wonder if that belonged to Professor Callaghan. Does it seem like you'll be able to get anything off of it? I'm afraid not. He's got it locked down hard. Allow me. My scanning software should have us inside within 10 minutes or so. Incredible. You're so fast and yet so precise at the same time. Thank you. Almost too fast. It's almost like she's not human. She might be a robot, honestly. Or an android, or a homunculus, like some of the other characters in previous games. It's happened before, so at this point it's like, okay, yeah, just another possibility. I guess that's what happens when you get like 10, 100-hour games. Huh. This was to be Professor Callaghan's notes about the past few weeks. I have finally found the investor I have been seeking. Were you keeping a diary? We exchanged messages a few times over the orbital network before a representative from the Anchorville company came to visit me directly. I already suspected that they were affiliated with the infamous A, and sure enough, he freely admitted as much. But money though! I need so much money! He offered to give me almost unlimited funding in exchange for performing an experiment under certain special conditions. That's Melchior, right? If I were to agree to all of those conditions, it would change everything. It would dramatically increase the speed at which I can do my research, fundamentally alter what is possible. After much thought and soul-searching, I agreed to a portion of their conditions in order to finally take back my place ahead of Cronkite. These are the bare minimum of conditions required for me to prevail. By using parallel distributed computing to harness the resources of the entire city, the preparations for my task are almost complete. However, there is still a vast wall that needs to be overcome. Climbing this wall is nigh impossible, at least not without accepting their final condition as well. I suspect I will have to wrestle with what to do on that front until the very end. But come what may, I must succeed. I must! Is there a reason why he just has to do it? Is it all pride? For my goal is the realization of the seemingly impossible, the creation of nuclear weapons. Katra. Looks like we struck gold here after all. That professor with the glasses was right. This doesn't change anything, right? You still don't think it's possible he could actually pull off what he's claiming he can? Absolutely not. Not with modern technology. You would need to have stumbled upon something truly epoch-making to change that. I kind of wonder. What was the... In our... like, in our case, in real life, what was the breakthrough that was needed to actually make nuclear weapons? There was Madame Curie with her discoveries on radiation, right? And the whole arms race. Because I feel like to actually make a efficient nuclear weapon, it's relatively simple. You just need something that's radioactive, and then just break one bit of it, break one atom, break a couple atoms, and then it just starts cascading from there. At least that's the way I understand it. A huge paradigm shift. Another singularity, to use as an example. Right, and I was like trying to remember what happened in the previous game, and when they say singularity, we did have this AI girl that was making like impossible technology and pulling it from other timelines, and some bullshit happening there. I had forgotten about it, somehow. Remember that did happen. A lengthy process of testing, theorizing, and such would still be needed. It's likely why Professor Epstein and his disciples never realized the technology either. No, I think it's more likely that they deliberately chose not to even try. Still, those notes made it sound like he was close. But he was only a step or two away, yes. He mentioned parallel distributed computing too, although I couldn't hazard a guess as to what that final condition he mentions could be. Perhaps it refers to some kind of AI so advanced it could eliminate the need for decades of work? But how would they even create or obtain such a thing? Do they have evil mare? Something, a holocore AI? Well, I think we found all we're gonna find here. We should get back to the city. Agree. Perhaps the CID, Guild, or Ren might be able to help. Oh no, the divers.
What was that?
It sounded like the water splashing outside.
It must have come from the swamp out front.
Maybe we should look into it, just in case.
Over there!
Agnes! Ketra! Don't look!
The first thing they do.
No! This can't...
Professor Callahan!
Which means they didn't need him anymore.
The cause of death was drowning. I suspect he was knocked unconscious before being thrown into the swamp. Send the body for an autopsy right away.
Oh, so then when Ferry saw the bubbles, he was still drowning? Oh no. But how did he float up? When he was unconscious, he just dropped like a sack of potatoes, I guess. And then when he asphyxiated. I feel like the clothes would still like pull him down.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on a minute!
I'll leave this to you.
Of course you will. This is out of your jurisdiction.
Why is a murder happening all the way out here? Just what are you people covering up?
We are currently conducting an investigation. This area is off limits.
We don't need your permission when a civilian is dead. Our code is all the permission we need.
Don't you realize this murder could go unsolved if you charge in and start disturbing the crime scene?
The pieces are just about coming together. Yeah, his abduction from the lab yesterday pointed in that direction too. But it's now crystal clear he made a deal with the Mafia, and this is the end result. It's Starbot all over again. The motive then was to stop the victim from talking and to make an example of him. Is it the same here, I wonder? Where the motive then was to stop the victim from talking. How can all of you be so calm? Someone was just murdered. You know, well, it's not our first rodeo. Oh, trust me, I'm burning with anger on the inside. Those bastards have screwed us over again and again. This is the perfect chance to make him pay for it. So you do understand what I'm feeling. They do, yes. They've both been through a lot. I'm sorry about what happened to the professor. But we've been finding more and more clues, which means we're probably getting to the heart of the matter. Which also means that this ain't over. Not yet. We've got to keep our cool if we're gonna get to the bottom of this. We can't pay him back with a hot head. Pretty sure the key to solving all of this is gonna be the final condition he mentioned in his notes. You remember the chaos in Crossbow a year and a half ago, right? This is an oversimplification, but it all came about as the result of a technical singularity. That singularity gave birth to superintelligence far beyond humanity's current capabilities. Then, after everything came to an end, it was lost again. That's quite a lot to take in. Okay, we are just spoiling the plot of Reverie. How do you even learn this shit? And do you think we're dealing with tech like that here? No, it was well established by multiple sources that it is impossible to replicate the technology that was lost. Of course, that doesn't preclude the possibility of humanity creating it themselves at some point in the future. But that could be decades or centuries in the future. And even a year and a half ago, nuclear weapons hadn't been created. So it's a similar deal as what happened then, but still fundamentally different at its core. It's hard keeping up with all of this. You don't think the Genesis could be what makes it different, do you? That's a good point. Yeah, I'd say you're right on track. You're on the right track there. A puzzle piece that didn't exist in Crossbow then, but is part of what's happening now. The prototype orbments that are even more of an enigma than artifacts, and capable of bringing about miracles. If we assume they are involved here, then it makes you wonder just what a final condition with them in the mix would look like. So it does. That does seem like a valid approach. Not bad, small fry. Thanks, I still don't know what's happening though. We've already established that the issues with the orbital network in Basel were caused by parallel distributed computing. Then we have Professor Callaghan developing nuclear weapons, which was thought to be impossible before being murdered. Plus, the fact that this is so similar and yet so different to what happened in Crossbow.
Should you ever find yourself stuck when trying to solve a problem, take a step back and look at the bigger picture.
I'm not even sure this is similar to what's happening in Crossbow.
That applies to more than just research too, you know. It will be the key to finding your answer.
No, that final condition couldn't be. I wonder who's calling.
Yes? Thank goodness, I finally got through.
Ren? What's wrong? Don't tell me you already learned what we found.
Never mind that. That's just a diversion. Hurry back to the city right away. There's a tea party getting started over here.
Do you really have to call it that? I know it's your thing, but... Wait, who's gonna understand that? unless they know you from 5 years ago. What the fuck? Hey, it's the mechs.
Ren?
She finally pulled out her scythe.
Oh my, looks like you got me. So, did you get everyone to safety?
We did, but what's going on?
These aren't nukes. There are archivisms running amok in the city. They must have been purchased from the black market. Oh, they're not the real
just
mechs.
arrived, fortunately, so we should be able to hold the fort until you get back. But you have to hurry.
Ren? Ren! We got cut off, huh? The signal must be experiencing interference. Or perhaps it's due to the generators malfunctioning. Why were they glowing like that? What's happening? We just heard the news too. What the hell's going on? Look! It's Almada's high-speed airship. Hop in, now! We're heading back too. I want you to take care of preserving the crime scene and letting everyone else know what's happened. Yes, ma'am. I can't get in touch with the guild either. Then let's just get back to the city. I like this theme. What the shit? These guys are serious. The city is... Why are they going after innocent people? Help! Somebody! Help! There's still people trapped in the city. Going to hell in a handbasket real fast. Look alive, gang. Let's get these guys evacuated. Oh. I forgot that... I forgot how you got into fights in this game. I was just running into it.
Now's your chance to boost.
Okay, fine, I'll
Energy
boost.
output at full throttle.
Mr. Salesian! I won't let this chance slip by. Farewell.
Let's get to work.
Now's our chance. Next.
Oh,
You
I was
can
trying
do
to
a
dodge.
charge attack too.
Engaging sharp flash. There we go. Mr. Arkwright.
In the world is that machine?
Activating skill.
The people that do arts damage on their basic attack do double the damage than the other characters. Kind of messed up. Are you alright? Take cover indoors. We'll be invoicing Vern for this, so don't you worry. Huh? Okay, well thanks, we'll hold up here. What the hell, man? Howdy, just wrap things up here. That's not the... You're really out here charging people during a terrorist attack? It was bad enough when you did it in Kryl. Not the time for this, Alvis. We need all the free hands we can get. It'd be best if we split up. There's too many of them.
And yes, you guys.
Odette, Albert, Ren.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad you're okay.
Looks like Itan got in. How are things on your end?
We evacuated all of the students. The other groups should also be somewhere safe.
I wish I had better news about the comm situation. I did what I could to give instructions to the police and the other bracers.
What? Since when? Wait, I remember Sin talking, I guess it's Chin talking about you, Jin. He said something about the Bright's family's youngest. It's very reassuring to have you here. I'm curious as to how you saw this coming, but we've got more pressing things to worry about. Follow the council president's intuition. Is the student all-powerful student councils just always there? And besides, they can't just hold a tea party like this and not invite me. Well, have no room to complain. I'll leave this to you. I guess he's still kind of a psycho. Makes sense to me. We'll back you up. Just follow my lead. What the? Ren? He's just on another level. Like, oh no, she's a she's a villain character on our good side. She's a villain character on the protagonist side. Always felt like there was something funky with her. Mask off now, I guess. You just gotta roll. We just gotta roll with it. Let's move. Reset. Connect some dots for me. What do you think they're getting at here? To my knowledge, their goal centers around Professor Callaghan's incomplete energy research. Palmata has reclaimed his work and seeks to complete it. Then their target must be related to that research. I suspect they want to claim the nucleus of the city's energy and processing systems. No. You know where that is, Katrin. The observatory. That was Professor Callaghan's original research annex. That's where the Orblinet's mainframe is located too. Why the observatory? Oh well. Really? Odette, did you see that gold airship? Where was it headed? The Institute of Science, I think. I saw it flying over that way. Bingo. The city's in your hands. Use your lackeys to make as much noise as you can to draw their attention. But of course, looks like everyone is friends lackeys now. We're not lackeys, damn it. We'll make sure Almada doesn't get their way. Damn straight. This time we're gonna beat them within a reg of their lives.
Hold on! You're not going too, are you, Agnes? Think about the situation. You'll be much safer with us.
Albert. Don't worry. I'll be fine. I promise. I'll be back soon.
I'm part of the main party. Bye-bye. No time to be hanging out with you NPCs.
Look at her. She's got one rough path ahead of her, but there she goes, charging straight forward with a sprint in her step. So let's follow her lead and focus on doing what we can here.
Well said. Communications are still unstable, so I could use all the help I can getting in touch with everyone. Miss CID agent, my friends with the guild, Odette and Albert, it's time we got started.
Why are Odette and Albert still with her?
Let's do this!
Why don't they evacuate? Those poor guys. Unless they are actually secretly Agnes bodyguards or something. Somehow doubt it. The air tramps are all at a stop. We'll have to take the road instead. Well, let's get to it. We'll have to keep a close eye out as we go. There might still be people who need our help. Okay, it looks like there are some extra events that you have to do for extra SP. And you might miss them if you're too fast. We'll just kill everything. We're not on a timer.
You could do charge attack too.
Engaging sharp flank.
Activating skill.
There we go. Miss Claudel, what should I do? Random light. Innocent heal. Let's do things. Then. Now. They're stunned.
Here's our chance!
I should have used the spell. I just realized I had free magic.
Activating skill.
Sucker!
Mr. Odd, activating skill. There.
Nice. That went great.
Shall I prepare some sweets for you, Mr. Arkwright?
Enemy stunned. Time to deploy shards.
Just blow it up.
Arkwright, activating
Time.
boost gauge. Limiter unlocked.
Up to you, Reset!
Activating skill.
Have some more!
Miss Claudel.
Here's a little more.
I can live with this.
Supervisor, yes. Everyone, please be okay.
I'm just gonna go all the way through.
There are a lot of enemies in this area. I hope everyone in the workshop will be alright.
Attacking target.
With Ren calling the shots here, they should be fine. Nice. That went
At
great.
least I'd like
You're
to
a
think
true
so.
professional, then.
Oh, they got dogs too.
Enemy stunned. Time to deploy shards.
Engaging shark flash.
Sucker.
A chance. What should I do?
On yes!
Shine and twirl ray. Then now.
Go, Catra! Rah! Rah!
Rah rah.
Reset!
Let's have a yes attack. He just does too much damage not to. Okay, we got our first sub-event over there. They're inside the building! Chief, whatever do we do? Bastards, fight them back. Pick up anything that'll put a dent in them. Pipes, wrenches, just find something. We'll show them why you don't pick a bone with engineers. You can't be serious, we don't stand a chance. The man's right, leave the fighting to us. Chief, and Desi? Why are you here too? Catra, I'm so glad you're all safe. Boy, am I glad to see you guys. We'll take down the archaisms. Initiating combat.
Initiating shards.
You'll pay for that.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Just one shot though.
That's how it goes.
Is anybody hurt? Oh no, we're all okay. Phew, we really owe you one. There's a ton of uber expensive testing equipment here. We'd have had hell to pay if they'd broken any of it. I was looking outside. Same as here, cloudy with the chance of robots. The police and Bracer Guild are undoubtedly sending reinforcements. They should have most areas under control soon enough. The problem is communication. They're jamming the entire city. We can't get the word out anywhere. And I've got just the thing. We got this emergency line here, and it's completely off the grid. We run it through our own system. That should let us call in help, and then we can start pushing these bastards back. I'll give you a hand too. I probably can't dispel it entirely, but I should be able to counter the interference enough to get some messages out. I mean, maybe, but I'd really rather you get yourself to safety. He's safe here, don't worry. Our front door's a goddamn bulwark. We'll lower it and hunker down if we need to. That'll buy us all the time we could want. If you insist, just please be careful. We're headed for the observatory. That's what they seem to be after. The professor cared deeply for the place. I won't let them ruin it. Made up your mind, huh? I can see it in your face. There's no way I'm talking you out of that. Just be careful. You guys take care of him, alright? We leave Catra and the observatory in your hands. You got it. And he sells stuff too. I don't think I need anything though. Okay, next up. I should kill these guys.
I eagerly await the performance.
You could do a
Getting hit
charge
from
attack
behind.
too.
God, that hitbox is kind of bullshit.
Attacking target. Activating. Boost gauge limiter.
That went better than I anticipated. You were an incredible help, Reset.
Where did all these things come from? Someone help! We're so close to the church, too. What are the monsters doing here of all places? How many of them are there? Those people need help over there. It's Haiti and Barnaby. Who? Catra, is that you? We'll distract them. Please, get yourselves to safety while we cover you. Get her out of here, bud. Alright, come on, quick.
Initiating charge.
That's a big one.
processing. Initialize.
I won't lose. Satellite jerk.
You say sincere things.
On yes.
What are they
Loading
weak to
enemy
anyway?
stats.
Nothing. Okay. In that case,
Make it count.
I guess all I got are B+ moves.
Initializing drive.
A chance.
Guess I don't really have anything.
Mr. Arkwright!
You're not getting away.
Blast off.
That I would rather use with him.
I won't let this chance slip by.
Have some more.
I won't lose.
Sucker.
A chance.
Activating skill. Now! I did it!
Good. It looks like they made it out. They made it to the church. It's a relief, but that means there are still people outside caught in the crossfire. They're going after the kids and elderly too. Chicken shit rust buckets. It was bad enough inside Giscard's building. Anybody outside is up shit creek without a paddle here. If we find anybody else out there, we'll help them to the church or the inn, whichever's closer. That should be safer than the workshop at least. No heavy equipment for the archives to target there. I want to save. If I go up here, it doesn't immediately start that, does it?
I'm sorry. I know we're in a hurry, but can we stop by that house?
Ow.
That is Professor Hamilton's residence, correct?
Sure thing. We just gotta be quick about it.
Activating skill.
Here's our chance.
Activating skill. Now! A chance!
On yes.
Then! Activating skill. There we go. Stats upgraded.
But we're cornered. They're coming from the Institute too? This isn't looking good. If only I'd brought my sword. Damn this. Sasha, I'm going to have to take a risk here. Wait, no. Julian, don't do it. I know you're trained, but... No need for the heroics. We gotcha. There are people there. Quick. Julian, Sasha, are you okay? Agnes, we're fine, but... You're her work colleagues from yesterday. Leave these things to us. Keep those two safe for us while we fend them off. Got it. Also got Amelia, the
Deploying
race
shots.
car
Whatever
girl.
you need. Boost level maximum strength.
Try to blow them up.
Initializing drive.
I won't let this chance slip by.
Going
Some
all in.
elements look effective.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Activating drive.
Think fast. Take this. Go, Ketra.
Keep it up. It's working. Mr. Salesian.
Locking on. Fire!
There. Huh?
Reset!
We owe you our lives. Thank you so much. I don't want to even think about what would have happened if you had not been there. It was looking awfully dire. Were you two helping them out? Trying to, at least. We were rounding up people inside the inn, but then we heard screaming from outside, so we went back out again. We picked up these two, and that was when those monsters jumped us. I should have been able to fend them off myself, but damn it, I'm pathetic. Don't blame yourself. We wouldn't have made it this far without you. I agree, we only made it in time because you held them off. Either way, now's not the time to think about all that. We gotta keep doing what we can now. Oh, we got in touch with Ren too. We've kept her in the loop and gathered all the students we could here. Ah, yeah, we saw her earlier too. Newton is in good hands with her helping there. You do take care of yourselves. We will. We just don't want to leave anybody behind. We're directing everyone to the inn or the church, right? We were just in that area ourselves. Yeah, I managed to thin out their numbers a lot too. Those two places should be safe for the time being. Alright, now let's make our way back, ASAP. I'm sure Lila and Chignon are worried about us both. Take care, everyone. Thanks again for your help. Phew, I'm glad we decided to stop by when we did. I dread to imagine what would have happened otherwise. They mentioned that archaisms are spreading from the Institute, though. That concerns me. Yeah, by now the place is probably crawling with them. Hell, probably even worse than there than it is outside. Whatever Almada wants, it's in the Institute. I really hope everyone's okay. Please be safe, Yang. Okay, now we can proceed.
Let's get to work.
You could do a charge attack too.
Here goes.
Here goes.
Boost gauge fully replenished.
Gotcha. You snooze, you lose.
Use a shark
Eat this.
to get the upper hand.
They're down. All you on, yes.
Activating skill.
Wall ray.
A chance.
Use a shark boost to get the upper hand.
This'll hurt.
Mr. Albright.
It's over.
I won't let this chance slip by.
Sucker.
That went better than I anticipated.
Do we have... Oh, we have healing with everyone, but... I guess I never got breath.
Wait.
That was an amazing fight, Reset.
Let's go! Ren, we've gotten the west side evacuated. East is taken care of too. We cleared out the enemies on our end. We're secure. Quick, give me a sit rep. Well, it sounds like we're doing just fine. Let's get the next area cleaned up. Damn, Runt is a thorn in my side. She just had to go and ruin everything, didn't she? Without her, this wretched town would have blossomed into a symphony of screams. Instead, we have this boring farce. Bah. We should count ourselves lucky we got anything out of this. We weren't expecting the Spriggan and all the rest. Once we get an opening, we retreat. Leave the real objective to them. Fine, fine. After Tharvard and then this, they will pay their dues in time. In the meantime, I'll sit back and watch them squirm. Go ahead, you can fight all you want, but in the end, chaos will consume you all. Okay, sure. Whatever you say. There's monsters coming. I forgot her name. I don't know why earlier they had, like... Instead of putting their names while they were talking, they just had the voluptuous woman, rough man, titles in their cards. Even though they'd been introduced before. Help! There's monsters
The
coming!
aerotrams are inoperable. Use the bridge to cross into the artisanal district. Evacuate into the church for the time being. Bracers will be there in roughly 10 minutes.
Was he just holding coffee? Yeah, you're okay. He's just holding his coffee. You made it, and roughly 2 minutes ahead of what I expected of that. Just about. You're weirdly calm with everything going on. Did Almada come through here? He did, as I predicted. Oh, shut the fuck up. Professor Callaghan's death also did not come as a surprise. Yeah, sure, whatever you say. Then you have implemented security measures to temporarily block all unauthorized external interference into the laboratories. As a result, my work in the city has been complete since noon today. In light of that, I would be well within my rights to be out of the city by now, but I owe the students at least this much. That is why I have been assisting the one formerly known as Kitty with evacuating everyone while awaiting your arrival. Yang, you're really going to leave? I can't believe you were able to conceive of effective countermeasures to that parallel distributed computing in such a short time. Don't really care what goes on in that head of yours, but I see you're at least willing to cooperate with us some. I know there's a lot of archaisms inside now, but did we just see the last people in the building leave? All of the faculty and the students of Aramis, together with tourists and other accounted-for visitors, have left. However, security camera footage captured a young man with mint-colored hair and a young woman adorned with bandages inside. A bracer and 2 police officers also passed through here earlier and have yet to return. So that sadistic bastard is here. And so is that puppeteer we met in Tarbat. I'm worried about the bracer and the police officers now. They may just be dead. So they're part of the mafia that deceived Professor Callaghan and then cast him aside. I won't let them make a mess of Professor Hamilton's home a moment longer. You're going inside then. Surely you know that this is no task for a researcher. Please continue to help with the evacuation efforts, Yang. Don't worry about me. I have Theo and Saros with me. We'll help keep them safe, of course. There's no way they're descending peacefully anymore, but we'll at least try and stop things from getting any worse. Don't overdo it then, is all I ask, even if you do have Theo and Saros with you. I know, I won't. He's just... This would not fall within the purview of a researcher, but if needs must, I'll not stop you. I'm sure they would appreciate a mind as wise and rational as yours, provided you can control your impulses, of course. I'll make sure of it. Please be careful yourself, Yang. You needn't worry about me. I've started to recognize our enemy's patterns and movements. You'd be wise not to overexert yourself. Bear your limits and abilities in mind. Such a weirdo. It's just as I predicted. He's saying. Oh yes, this guy died and the Mafia came through. Just as I predicted. I didn't try to do anything about it though. I just hang out here with my coffee, telling people where to go. I guess if you want to be very generous, he also knew that he wouldn't be able to do anything about it. So he could have just told us. I don't know.
Sucker.
Just tell anybody what's about to happen. What do you think is about to happen?
Sucker.
I was like, no, I predicted it when I saw them walking up to us.
Shall I brew you some tea, Miss The observatory is on the left side of the campus.
I kind of want to clean up the whole place.
Got it. Then we'll cut through the building and get there ASAP.
Get all that step with an experience I can.
Here's our chance.
Activating skill.
Oh, these figures look excellent.
That was flawless.
I'm not getting very much. How much do the big guys give?
Don't forget about your charge attack. Unleashing shark strike.
And everyone's kind of already
Shark boost to get the upper hand.
mostly full on CP.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
I might just
I
skip
owe you,
this.
Van.
Or skip the fights I can. Which way was I supposed to go? Observatory? Was there are no chests around, right? Pretty sure there aren't. It's top left, I believe. Or is it top right? I don't remember.
Now is the time for Shaw.
One more.
Enemy pressed. This place is crawling with mechanical nightmares.
It's a good thing Yang got everyone out when he did.
There's someone there. Look, there's people on the ground. There's some blood everywhere, so maybe they're fine. Are you alright? They look heavily wounded, but their lives aren't in immediate danger. What happened? A guy with a dagger and a girl with a giant puppet went inside. They activated... Blah. I imagine she was going to mention the central terminal, but how could someone from the outside know that? Maybe the professor told them before they killed him? Well, we got them cornered now. Yeah, let's get inside. It's time to put an end to this.
This looks like a good spot to rest.
I kind of want Katka in the party just for... just for plot relevance. But I kind of wonder if I should put someone in there as well. I want to reset for her shield, but I also don't want to lose Agnes. But I'd like Fairy for some of her attack buffs. Should I like Fairy in for some of her attack buffs? And this would be nice because she does so much more damage with her arts, but... Yeah, let's try to play it like this. By the way, when is he gonna get... When is this little guy gonna get an S-Craft? I want him to get the actual shield. Just make me immune for 2 hits. Make it spammable.
Telescope's nowhere to be seen now.
That's the main terminal then?
That's right. It's also known as the Aurora, and it's the pride of Basel. Professors Hamilton and Callahan led the charge in making it 4 years ago with the Institute, Vern, the Epstein Foundation, and ZCF support. But what program is it running?
I can't make heads or tails of such complex code.
Look up there!
The 5th Genesis. Figures we'd find it here. Along with...
Just hanging out.
I suspected you would come, Arkwright Solutions.
And Melchior that just likes to sit on the highest place available.
Oh, that we would meet again so soon after the film festival. It must be Adios's will bringing us together. The threads of fate bind us ever so strongly indeed.
Can I interrupt the conversation with an S-break?
Can't say I'm not a fan of that kind of thing.
The monsters from the gardens who stole Ida from us!
Oh, you learned the name of my old home, did you? And I see that Marduk concierge has officially joined your ranks. Professor Hamilton's favorite little one, too. Aren't we getting popular?
This kid's just with us as an advisor.
So you're the ones who led Professor Callahan astray. What are you trying to do with the Aurora? You have no right to be using it.
Oh, how misunderstood I am. I'll have you know that the professor and I had quite a special connection. In fact, he gave us permission to use it. And since he was one of the developers, I think that does give us the right. This was very different from the relationship I had with President Dylan, by the way. It was more one of mutual benefit. Though I'll admit that certain inclinations of his did make my job a lot easier.
It's kind of funny that it seems like he wasn't being like brainwashed or whatever. It was, he was just an asshole, and he made a deal with the mafia, and then he got killed over it.
A sensual whisper here, a little buttering up there, and he was more than ready to break every taboo I ever wanted.
Oh yeah, and he was gay. I guess it wasn't for nothing that we had that one That one side quest.
How could you exploit someone so?
We had a honey trap side quest, and then the quest about abuse ended up being from someone that just wanted to be with him more because he'd gone away with this guy.
It's not our place to judge what turns someone on. That stuff's personal. But you're still a piece of shit with a parking spot reserved in Gehenna.
Right, and we'll be happy to give you a taste of the flames that await you right here. We are going to recover that Genesis and avenge those you've taken from this world.
Yeah, Fairy, kill them.
Look at me, public enemy #1. Think you could lend me a shoulder to cry on, Olympia?
You are only reaping what you sowed. Of course, the terms of my contract also do not allow me to simply give you all what you want.
That angelic being we saw in Tharbad.
Theo!
Scanning material makeup. Unknown. High probability that the target is a form of artifact.
Thought so. It's about the only thing that explains how it can fight like it does. There's more to it than meets the eye, too.
Indeed. Take care, everyone. Your instincts serve you well. Incidentally, as I did not have the opportunity to introduce myself in Tharbad, I am Olympia, Overseer of the Garden of Aram. This is Ishtanti.
An overseer.
Our contract is with Almada at this time, so we remain focused on their needs. But should you require our services after that, we would be happy to oblige.
What? You're asking if we want to hire an assassin?
This some kind of joke? Or are you really out of your damn mind?
I was only trying to promote my services.
It's true. She's not capable of joking, I'm afraid. As you can see, she's got work on the brain. Well, I think that's enough preamble. Been a good while, you know, since I tapped into my power as an overseer.
Oh, this one too? Oh no, they got stink clouds. I'm trying to think, the overseers were the leaders of that garden organization, right? Were they all working separately, or was there like a supreme overseer or something like that?
They're auras!
They've got stink clouds.
Of course, they've been suppressing their power all this time.
We'll need to use shards however we can to survive. Do whatever it takes to hold out.
I can barely keep up with what's happening, but let's do this. Theo! Zeros! We can't allow these intruders to defile this sacred place a moment longer.
Understood.
Time for you to focus.
Okay, hopefully they don't instantly murder me.
I'm Melchior of the Thorns. I'll be playing with you today.
Olympia of Aram, executing contract.
Just for you.
A chance!
Use a shard boost to get
This'll
the upper
hurt.
hand.
Let me just do it like this.
Finish your all.
Over here! Over here! Up to you, Reset!
Blades protect us.
Cobalt curtain, activate! Mr. Salesian!
Kind of don't want to be near those.
This'll do the trick.
Pull out all the stops! Satellite charge!
I see
I know you
you.
want.
Perfect chance. This'll hurt.
I suggest we strike now.
Not getting through.
Death awaits. I won't let this chance slip by.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was an S-craft for a moment.
Don't mind me.
Time to go all out.
I will address you all at once.
Over here, you little demon.
You cannot run.
Miss Alfayed! This'll hurt!
Activating skill.
Here's Guardian Blade! Slice them out!
A chance!
I believe we only need to get them to,
Full boost! Go all out!
I don't really have strong magic.
I suggest we strike now.
I believe we only need to get them to, like, what's it called? Bill bumps there still? Yeah.
Make it count.
30% health before the fight ends.
Eat this.
Oh, the camera is not ready for an indoors fight.
Engaging shield!
Oh no.
Got a present for you. My move now.
We got hate up, so I don't know why they wanted for them. That's good. I'm just gonna vandalize raid them.
Suggest we strike now. Activating
Brace
skill.
yourself. Vandalize.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked!
We sealed her. Oh no.
Dispatching shield.
Got a present for you.
Just keeps throwing shit out. Stop.
Holy shield.
Bye. Got a present for you.
Excuse me?
I won't lose.
How many turns you guys got?
Got a whole slew of them.
Oh, I can also move around. Neat.
Brace yourself.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked!
How does that shield work?
Time to go all out!
This'll do the trick. Optical cannon!
Bye. Got a present for you.
Please stop throwing shit around.
I will pierce you. Aurora Wing! Do your worst!
Energy output at maximum.
I'll round them up and scatter them!
Keep your guard up.
That's probably the right thing to do, honestly.
May we proceed to
Activating skill.
Oh, I get it now.
Boost gauge limit broken.
Yeah, looks like it's only half health that I need to do.
This'll
In
hurt.
which case, this should end it, right?
Aren't you coming?
full boost! Go all out! Activating skill!
You're not getting away. Blast off!
I won't let this chance slip by. Now's our chance! Here's some extra!
So that is how it is.
I leveled up.
What's that? Is that a new craft or an S-craft?
Is everyone all right? But Malak is even more deadly than we thought.
Malak?
Pisses me off. You haven't been taking us seriously all this time, have you?
Oh, I showed Beauty's blade a little of what I'm capable of. Just not you.
Your strength is within my predicted parameters, including those orbital drones.
As if that doll wasn't bad enough. Now we've got those bomb artifacts to deal with too.
The Garden's overseers are capable of even more than we feared it would seem.
If only I could make better use of Theo and Xeros' potential.
You're just so much fun to play with that you've got me all worked up. I don't think I can resist the urge anymore. I know they've got the boss curious. Surely there's no harm in slicing them open while he's not looking.
I am not your boss and will not speak for him. Do as you please.
Bring it, you son of a bitch!
The flames of the Kruga have only just begun to burn. What?
Decoding process complete. Executing emergence program.
Where am I? I see. So it was a success.
Wait, is that Cal again?
That sounds like...
Well, would you look at that? It worked!
Just upload himself?
So how does it feel, Professor? What's it like living in the digital world?
It is even more comfortable than I had imagined. I'm frankly surprised by how comfortable it is. But I suppose it also makes complete logical sense. This is how it feels to be liberated of burdens and distractions. I can think more clearly than ever. The final stage of my work will be a breeze like this. Your expectations will be met.
Oh, that's my big professor. You will be handsomely rewarded for your work.
A recording? No, wait.
You are correct, young lady. This is no mere recording. I am the genuine David Callahan, Professor of Engineering Science at the Basel Institute of Science, and a researcher whose name will go down in history.
How the hell is this even possible?
We saw your body in the swamp.
No way. Don't tell me.
His knowledge, personality, and memories have all been converted into an AI. Most likely through the power of the Genesis. Also that he could surpass the limitations of the human mind and become a singularity.
Professor Callahan, how could...
Well, well, you're even more perceptive than I expected. What a vexatious little maid you are.
Must you be like this every time, Melchior? Our work here is done. We have no reason to stay any longer.
Fine, fine. I suppose you're right. We'll see you later, Professor.
Very good, then. I will be waiting for you.
Ew.
Warning! Explosives detected!
That little bastard.
The Aurora! Zeros! Use your stun mode to stop...
No you don't!
No!
Ketra, you can't!
Get back here!
I won't let it happen. I won't let anyone damage the place she holds so dear.
Wait, did she fucking disappear? Oh no.
Reset!
Shit!
Damn it!
There it is! I thought something was off about you, but I never figured it ran that deep.
So was she
I
a
wonder
robot?
if this is what came out of analyzing that other emperor and the rest of those types.
I will need to revise my expectations of Marduk's capabilities.
And speak of the devil, I suppose it's time we made our exit then,
As someone connected to another being, not of flesh, you have my respect. Till we meet again.
So, right, there were these replicants in the previous game that were basically super lifelike androids. Interesting that we have a party member that's just one of them. So the city just lost its power generator, huh? What are these guys?
No way.
Reset!
This is all my fault.
You gonna be okay?
Yes. I think so.
No, I have expected it to blow her face off. But yeah, that makes sense. So how do we repair this, actually? We gotta ship her back to Marduk? Damn. I mean, they've been hinting at it pretty aggressively. I was like, we got so much weird shit happening in the series that, like, nothing surprises you anymore at one point. Like, oh, they're a robot. Oh, they're a monster. Oh, they're weirdly hyper-competent hacker, killer, 9-year-old. Oh, they're secretly a god. The entire city is locked down. Who could have seen this coming? What's going to happen to us? I hope Agnes is okay. Ren, too. All we can do is wait for them to get in touch. Sorry, but what the hell is with that massive airship? X Alba Airship Series. Oh, they're the Marta guys. Okay, that's convenient.
I apologize for our sudden arrival during the frenzied events of yesterday.
Thorndyke.
To start this off, I am General Manager of Marduk Total Security Company, Gilliam Thorndyke.
I feel like I've read that name before.
This is our Chief of Security, Qasim Al-Fayed.
Oh! That's her brother.
A pleasure to meet you all.
I should have guessed that they wouldn't have been, like, mentioned the sibling without doing anything with them. They want to. Was it just one of the bonding episodes? Ferry talked about him. Al-Fayed, is he? No doubt about it.
I was not expecting you to travel all the way to Basel, but it is an honor to meet you all the same. I've heard many a rumor about how shrewd a manager you are, Mr. Thorndyke, together with your Chief of Security's combat exploits.
Oh, by the way, I was thinking back to the series, and I was still a little puzzled by Prince Sharid. At one point when we had that bonding event, he talked about this wandering bard that had really inspired him, and I just couldn't place who he would be, because they said, oh, it's someone that Fee knows, so I was like, who would that be? Fucking Elliot? Then I thought a bit harder about it, and it's Prince Oliver. Prince Oliver, or the Wandering Bard Olivier, or whatever that name that he used, which was basically the same one. That would be someone to look up to in that nobility sense, while also being a free spirit. I guess they're pretty similar in that regard. Him and Prince Sharid.
You make me blush, Your Highness.
I am humbled by your words.
I arrived in my home country a few days ago, so I'm afraid I'm not up to date on all the latest developments. But am I to understand that Marduk will be responsible for securing the city of Basel for the remainder of the day?
That is correct. Off the record, a presidential executive order was issued yesterday to that effect. A CID Special Ops unit will be arriving in the city this evening. Marduk's task will be to secure key facilities in Basel until they are ready.
A special ops unit? Sending in Hercules, huh? Wouldn't shock me if you belong to them too, miss. You're very astute.
We've also brought one of the Ix Alba series of airships that we're currently testing on behalf of the Republican Army. Said airship will allow us to ensure the integrity of the orbital network.
We're gonna get to use this later in the series, right? If not in this game. Which is how we're able to have this conversation, I suppose. Your concierge isn't the only way you've gotten your hooks into Basel, I see.
Our goals on this particular occasion are simply to protect this city and its orbital network. Rest assured that much like your country, we have no intention of getting too deeply involved in Basel's affairs.
That is our stance as well. We're only doing what we consider necessary. That's a side glance. Angry side glance. Very well. I'll take your word on that, for now. Pulling the chaos unfolding before us clearly does come first. However, given our stake in Vern and connections to the Institute, this current state of affairs is of grave concern to us. You have a lot to answer for here as CEO, Mr. Toussaint. Please, if I may defend myself, I never could have seen this coming.
There is some merit to that argument, but it also leaves out a number of key facts. You are to see that shareholders' Mira is used to generate a profit, and yet you covered up a huge potential problem for over a month. We confirmed last night that it wasn't just Almada's money being used for ill. Elsheim's investments were also misappropriated. And if these are the result of you turning a blind eye to Professor Callahan's behavior all this time...
You keep your mouth shut! Just who do you think you are? Who gave you the right to speak? I don't care if you are student council president at Oramus. This is none of your...
I am here as a special advisor for Liberal's ZCF. I also serve as a negotiator representing the Epstein Foundation. In other words, I'm here to speak up against anything that threatens their interests, which this has. Now, do I have the right to speak?
He's just waiting to pull that card. Whoa! Ren, hyper-competent teenager student Ren. Now that's a dramatic twist straight out of a play. I've heard rumors swirling about you, but I never expected you to show up here. Still, she's right. We aren't the only shareholder that will be concerned by this. Other related companies will be as well. I hope you don't need me to spell out exactly what kind of a situation you're in here.
When will you grow a damn spine? The danger here isn't over. Anyone can see that. And you still intend to do nothing after what happened to Callahan? Professor Hamilton left you in charge of Vern, of Basel. Don't you feel any shame?
In any event, we now have half a day before the cogs start turning again. Even if we do nothing, the Calvardian government will see to it that matters are resolved. But knowing how egregiously my country's funds have been misused, I refuse to stand by and do nothing. So, Arkwright Solutions. Might I enlist your services for the remainder of the day? Of course, you can approach the task in whatever way best suits you, just as you did in Tharbad and have done many times before. My only true wish is that you put a stop to all modest plans before they can bear fruit. Does this sound doable?
We'll be well compensated for this, I trust?
Speaking of Almada's plans, I guess they took the AI with them, right? Is it just uploaded to the Genesis?
Qasim, why?
It's been some time, Farida.
I suspected you two were related. Your brother, right? Never expected him to be one of Marduk's hunting dogs. Can't tell if it's Marduk or Marduk. Probably Marduk.
I hear you've been taking good care of my sister, Arkwright Solutions. As for you, Van, it's been 2 years, I believe? I understand you've greatly improved your use of the stun caliber and your martial arts. Reset mentioned as much. As your former instructor, that fills me with great pride.
Huh. I try. Still not so hot with the tactics stuff you taught me, though. I've heard all kinds of stories about you too, but I never expected our first meeting to be like this.
In that, we are agreed. Still, while we might be providing our services and your weapon, I believe the contract between us to be an equal one. I hope that we can continue our fine partnership, Mr. Arkwright.
Leave him hanging? Yeah, let's not get too friendly. I'm not interested in becoming any more than just a contractor to you. Still, since we're here, there's one thing I want to ask. Just how long has she been like that?
Information on our concierge is classified, I'm afraid. However, if an approximate time frame will suffice, I suppose I can oblige. About a year ago.
I would place it during the events of the last game. Something seemed off about her all this time. We first started talking 3 years ago, but the first time we actually met was just in Tharbad. Even when I visited Orid for lessons on tactics, she was conveniently unavailable. That sounds like... Does that mean...
Still, I know she's in good hands with Associate Professor Archett.
Or maybe she was just an AI before, and she just got put in a body. Who knows?
I also happen to bring some compatible parts that she can use. Though I regret that Ms. Twinings will not be able to provide you with any more of her services for the time being.
You ain't got nothing to apologize for. I doubt any amount of workers' comp I could give her would make up for forcing her to do something that crazy. But either way, that's my problem to deal with, not yours.
Well, I apologize for meddling in your affairs then.
Jabber jabber, jabber jabber jabber.
With that said, we must take our leave. We've negotiations with the Republican Army to attend to. As I mentioned during the conference, we've no intention of interfering in this crisis any more than is necessary. Fascinated though I am by what a genius can achieve through an obsession that knows no bounds.
Qasim, wait!
There are a number of matters Abi and I disagree on. Whether you are suited to being a warrior is very much one of them. Still, I can only assume it was the guidance of the flames and Arusha that led you here. Battle is almost upon us, and I will be watching to see how you fare through it.
Fairy.
Why are these Jaeger types so weird?
As much as I'd love to write him off as an arrogant asshole, I can't get enough of a read on him. Just how tough is he?
I'd say he's one of the strongest Jaegers who ever lived.
Now we've seen some monsters, to be fair. The conversation is over then. Ren, where are the others? They're still here. There was talk of them returning to the capital, but that's not going to be possible now with the whole area on lockdown. The roads, the railways, even the airspace around Edith is closed off. Not like that comes as any surprise after what happened. What do you mean? What happened now? There was an explosion in Anchorville City. There were no casualties, fortunately, but we suspect that Almada might have been involved. And just blow up the building, was it Anchorville Trading Company or something? Anchorville's a decent-sized city north of the capital, right? Yeah, that must have been just a diversion, well, this is their real target. Oh, I think that's almost certain. However, given its proximity to the capital, we can't afford to take it lightly. Both the CAD and the Guild are being pushed to their limits right now. We won't be able to give you any backup. That's fine, we weren't expecting any to begin with. We can at least share whatever info you manage to gather, surely. That goes for stuff from CCF and the Foundation too. Sounds fair to me, insofar as our interests align, of course. I'll also do what I can. Just take care of Agnes for me in return, please. Thank you, Ren. I hear the initial work is done on your concierge too. That's Professor Hamilton's family for you. Geniuses to the last. Oh, thanks for telling us. We're gonna go find her, talk to her. That's so good to hear. She was being seen to in Associate Professor Esmeray's room, wasn't she? Let's go say hi then. Hello? Okay. Be down here. Never thought we'd be putting her research to the test so soon, especially not under these circumstances. Was someone researching robots? I wasn't even... I guess I kind of forgot what the other scientists were even doing.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, was she Esmery Archette? I guess she was doing prosthetics.
I hope everything went well.
Thanks. Sounds like you pulled an all-nighter, huh?
Looks like Zeros is up and running again. Fortunately for us, the damage for him wasn't so bad. I just wish I could say the same about Rosette. Putting her back to the way she was is going to take a while.
Please, don't be so downhearted. The first-rate care you've been giving me has stabilized my vitals a considerable amount.
Your goop.
I'm relieved to hear that.
Have you spoken to Mr. Thorndyke?
Did before coming here, yeah. He's as much of a questionable character as I was expecting. Their chief of security is the same old standoffish grump, too. You'd think it'd kill him to put on a smile.
That's just how they are, I'm afraid.
It's fine, you know. You don't need to force yourself to speak.
I'm really wondering... So let's say she became like this 1 year ago. That could either mean that she got a body, maybe she was like an AI, kind of like the Singularity thing, or it could mean that she was invalid, or in some other way her body wasn't working, and they just replaced her body with an artificial machine. They said she was never available, so I don't know if they just had her in a sealed off room, or if she just was, you know, a human AI.
For what it's worth, her life isn't in any danger here.
Like, hopefully she can just tell us herself. I'm tired of the preamble.
The medicine you helped me with yesterday seems to have been working wonders.
Hey, she needs painkillers?
She's right. It has really made this easier for me.
Good to hear. We sure didn't think it'd end up being used on you when we took that job on.
The artificial limbs that Mr. Thorndyke brought with him are compatible with her too. That's not to say you shouldn't take it easy. Anything that involves the nervous system is a heavy burden on the body. The best thing you can do for yourself right now is get lots and lots of rest.
I will. Thank you. Though, I truly am sorry for not being able to support you all when you need it most.
Don't sweat it. We can take things from here. You just kick back and relax.
Hey, don't worry, Agnes has a shield too.
Next time you wake up, you can bet we'll have good news to share. And a hell of a big bonus, too.
I'll have to look forward to that then, won't I? Follow your hearts and act as you always do. And everything will be fine.
Sorry, but I'd like to ask you something. Why? Why did you risk your life to save mine? No one should have to put themselves through something like this over someone like me.
It was because you were just so dazzlingly radiant in that moment, I suppose.
What?
You have so many people who care about you, and you care about them just as much in return. To someone who's lost her bonds, memories, and even body, the sight was almost blinding. I'm a little jealous of all you have, if I'm to tell the truth. So please, treat yourself like an irreplaceable treasure. Not just for you, but for those who love you too.
About Reset. Just how much of her is artificial anyways? I don't know for sure, but my guess is a lot. You're indirectly involved in making her who she is too, right? That's right, we assisted Marduk in researching artificial biological limbs some time ago. Our partnership only produced a prototype though. I never imagined they would actually start using that technology like this. Reset was clearly the result of multiple different technologies being used together, not just the one they developed with us. I've heard this is also a field that the Institute of Technology over in the Empire has been looking into. Van, you seem like you've known the truth for a while. I couldn't be sure, but I had a feeling. Like, whenever I looked at her status page, it said that she fought with inhuman ability. I could tell the image I was seeing during our video calls was artificially generated. So it took me really off guard when she just showed up in person in Tharbat. It was only when I noticed that she moved faster and kinda different from normal people that I started putting two and two together. Makes sense. I did feel like there was something strange about her, but I never would have imagined it was because of this. She's capable of far greater power and speed than an ordinary human, but she also has less precise control over her body in exchange. I can't imagine just how much effort she must have put in to be able to move as naturally as she does. She'll be able to return to the way she was, won't she? I'm sure she will, right, Professor? I think there's every chance of that. The technology involved seems to be fairly well established by Marduk at this point. It won't be easy to make all the precise adjustments after reattaching her limbs, but I'll make sure it happens. We're counting on you. She might be on loan to us from Marduk, but she's as much a member of Arkwright Solutions as the rest of us. Anyway, time for us to get out of here. Right, we need to do what we can and put Reset at ease.
Wait! Please.
Take me with you.
If it's not too much to ask, could I keep helping you? I want to stop Professor Callahan and the devils who've done this to him by my own hand. No matter what it takes.
Oh, Katra.
Sorry, but no can do.
I suppose that's the right decision after I landed Reset in a hospital bed. I wasn't able to use Fio and Zeros at even half of their potential, either. If all I'm gonna be is a burden to the team...
That ain't what I'm saying. You're no burden. We're gonna need you and your engineering know-how here for sure. But we're also not a charity. We only do favors for people if the client and price are a good fit. You heard what Reset said, right? If you did, then you should know what you gotta do. And where you went wrong.
You're right. I should never have done something that would upset the people who care about me. And I never will again. I just want to stop the chaos unfolding in Basel and the misuse of technology that created it. And if I'm gonna do that, it's not the help of the police or guild I need. It's you. As compensation, I can offer you my skills and expertise on technology. I can also give you my word that I'll help Essie put Reset back to the way she was as fast as possible. Is that enough to make me a good fit for you?
It sure is. We'd be happy to take that 4 SPG on. We'll be counting on you now. Couldn't ask for better than a student of Professor Hamilton's.
Thank you. I won't let you down.
Promise me you'll take good care of him, okay? I'll be working around the clock too. Promise. Thank you so much. Time to get down to business.
Hopefully he doesn't try to kill himself again. Kinda hard to take care of someone that does that The CID Special Ops Unit is gonna be here this evening. That means we've only got half a day left to do what we want. Once they're here, we're done. We gotta make this time count. Sure felt to me like Almada's work was done after making that AI a success. You sure they didn't just bounce? No, that seems to be like just the final condition. No, I'm certain they're still in the region. The abnormalities in the orbital net and distribution network are less pronounced than yesterday, but they're still present. Something's still happening, I'm sure of it. Really? Then Almada's research is still going on somewhere in the city? Reset mentioned something earlier that I think will help me.
This might be fundamentally different to what happened in Crossbell, but I still think that is our closest reference point. The orbital network and septium veins were used in the development of highly advanced technology then as well. Basel City also has both, making it the perfect environment to finish what they started.
With the orbital network and the septium veins at their disposal, they have access to effectively unlimited resources for their research. Professor Callaghan has reached the heights that the Singularity in Crossbell did, and our foes are probably lurking somewhere in the region, finishing what they started. There's still a very large area to try and find them in, though. We'll have to find some way to narrow our search down. If we could get close enough to their location, the Genesis might react and show us we're on the right track, too. Using the damn thing like a metal detector, huh? Suppose we're gonna try anything we can at this point. It's kind of sad that the one we have is kind of useless. It just sometimes turns on and helps us do a Henshin do a rider transformation. Let's see if there are any more for SPGs to take care of while we start asking around. There's no telling where we might find that clue that'll lead us to the truth. I'll help however I can. Wait, should I not be meddling in your other jobs now that I'm a client instead of a guide? Don't be silly, you're one of us now. You're our client, but how about we just treat you more like a temp for now? Oh, okay, that works for me. Hehe, we're happy to have you with us. Even if it means the kid-to-adult ratio's even out here. Well then, let's get to work. I want to stop by the guild. Vern, Iscard's workshop. Should probably talk to our resident genius professor too. That sounds like a good place to start to me. Okay. We're cleaning up the suit from the explosions, the debris. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So I was playing Unicorn Overlord, and whenever I go into the menu, how far away am I? I saved right before the conversation with Reset, right? Yeah, okay. They have the menu. Okay. They have the save option right at the bottom of the menu, and this game has it at the top. Just I wasn't thinking about it. We got audio, right? We're still capturing that. Yeah, I think. Wait, let me check that again. Yeah, seems like we do. Okay. Ah, damn it. I had a feeling it might happen sooner rather than later, since I kept just getting one step, just clicking on the exit button, getting stopped by the confirm screen. I just happened to press it twice that one time. Okay, looks like we got a side quest over here.
Go, go!
Why not stay here and relax?
Ren left her in charge. Don't worry about us, and yes, communications are up and running again. We're getting all the students in touch with their families. Kinda doesn't feel that safe with that cruiser hanging around in the air like that. But I digress, you guys shouldn't have anything to worry about now.
Let's see what we've got.
I have a proposition for all of you. It's something of an extension of Crown Princess Sharit's request. But do you have the time? Would you consider taking on the job? I'm waiting for you in the park at Newtown. Kayla. Where you at, Kayla? Was she there before? Or did you just appear once I took the quest? Ah, so you checked the bulletin board, did you? Me writing a Forest PG. Never thought I'd see the day. To Lieutenant Kayla. Wouldn't have killed you to be more direct instead of going the Forest PG route. So am I speaking to Kayla or am I speaking to the CID? You're sharp. This may seem a bit bureaucratic, but I've submitted this request in the CID's stead. It concerns the armed machines that were released in the city during yesterday's attack. We've confirmed that around half their numbers were destroyed, while most of the others retreated with Almada. But we've also received word that 2 high-spec units might still be at large within the city. Seriously? We did encounter a few machines fitting that description yesterday. I see. Yeah, the police probably have their hands full with them. We need a cleanup crew. But Marduk and the guild don't really tickle your fancy, have I got that right? Exactly. Marduk's involvement was the result of the President's more heavy-handed approach. We're not too fond of that. This is more a matter of professional pride than anything. Special forces are due to arrive in the evening, and they're sure to complicate things. We'd much rather solve this problem ourselves. Do you want to loan us out to the CID for a day, is that right? It's not just the CID, the Principality requested this too, I assume. And whatever the case, we really can't have those things running loose. Makes sense-ish. Out of curiosity, was this Kincaid's idea? He's pulled together his own task force to address the problem. They're negotiating with the President's office as we speak. At the risk of divulging too many details, he's been pushing for a separate division meant specifically for these tasks. Yeah, that tracks. Guy's resourceful to a fault. This really is a job for Marduk or the guild, but I guess the CID doesn't want to swallow its pride. We ain't exactly free though, is the thing. We got other jobs to do. Gotta do it though. Yeah, I guess we can look into this on the side. Lay it on me. Van, we might find a lead or something. You have my gratitude. Here's what we know about these rogue models. They're most probably the same as the models employed by Vegas Films in Tharbad. Oh, those assholes. Wait, do you mean the samurai robot? And 2 of them at that. You fought them before? They sound like a real hassle. Yep, because they are. How are they hiding in the city to begin with? They're too big. You got some kind of optical camo or something? Not to our knowledge. The Ixalba has been patrolling and scanning the city from above since yesterday. Marduk has cleared out the smaller units we found, but the 2 large units have yet to be located, and they're probably in the mines. Kincaid does have a theory. He suspects that they're hiding in plain sight, and using some sort of radar jamming device to avoid detection. Plain sight? I do remember hearing about special materials that can absorb or deflect orbital waves. Which means we're probably looking for a container made of such material, that could be brought into the city recently. Either that or a van big enough to hold them. Probably pretty simple to deck one of those out in the anti-radar stuff. No idea whether Almada driving it around themselves though, or if they contracted that out to somebody. Think you'll look into suspicious containers and transport vehicles for us? We'll focus on the stuff that's out on the road. We split up, and we should have this cleared up pretty quickly. Understood. I'll mobilize the local authorities and notify Vern and the Artisans Guild. If either of us makes any headway, let's keep each other posted. Thank you very much. So what's the move? We hunt down every wayward van in town, we'll be out here all day. True, traffic in and out has closed, but plenty of vehicles remain inside the city limits. The main arteries fan out in all sorts of directions. Reaching them all would be time-consuming. We got the cops on side, so we can leave the crowd control to them. We just gotta pinpoint where the transport's most likely to be. Newtown and the Artisanal District make the most sense to me. They've got the most traffic, freight especially. We get lucky, or I guess unlucky in this case, so we might fish us up a robot. Roger, so we need to find people who drive stuff a lot. I start asking around.
Let's hurry up and finish this.
Transport vehicle sightings.
Why not stay here and relax?
Hello, Willie.
Can we talk?
Billy. Sketchy transport vehicle. Let me think about that for a sec. A lot of cars go by, so... Well, there was one weird thing. There was? What did you see? Any details would be great. You know, we've got the whole lockdown thing, and it got me thinking how I wanted to do business today. I figured, you know, people are still hungry. People need to pick me up. I made my way out here, a little later than usual. And this big old transport van comes up, and something about it just seems weird. Weird? Were they driving all funny? The opposite, actually. There was this little empty soda can sitting in the road. And the transport just ran right over it, like, made no attempt to avoid it. The whole van kind of shook a little. I got spooked and bolted out of the way, but the van just drove away like nothing happened. The nerves on that driver, honestly, stone cold. Would you swerve for a soda can? Looks like there's more to this. That's what I'm thinking, yeah, because then it turned right at the fork in the road ahead. And when it did, I heard a thud. I think whatever was moving got shuffled around. At first I thought maybe it was some machining tool thunking around in there. Do you think they'd stack them so they don't do that? But like before, it just drove right off without a care in the world. I almost felt like I was just imagining things. Did you catch what make the vehicle was? It was a Red Star, big one. It didn't have a logo or branding or anything on it. The van was just unmarked. Kind of weird. That's a bit whack. Whack? Oh, thank you. That's some good info. I heard things are looking up. They said they're gonna open the roads back up tonight. Just gotta hold out a little longer. We'll find a way. Thank you very much.
Why not stay here and relax?
What are we waiting for?
Getting a bit tired. May take a little break. Sorry, look down to the map. Not the map, the walkthrough.
Can we talk?
Jason. Jason. I want to know if I've seen a suspicious freight truck. Bit of an odd thing to ask. Yeah, sorry for dumping it on you. No, I'm just giving you guff. I did actually see something weird. You did? What was suspicious about it? Well, deliveries last night were all way behind schedule because of the craziness in the city. You got everything sorted out, even with that big ol' eye in the sky watching us all. So I finally wrap up my work, late at night, and I'm tired as hell. I start driving back home, to the edge of town. I'm waiting at one of the lights, and then I see this giant Red Star truck pull up next to me. Had a real weird color scheme to it. But I figured, hey, he's a tired old dog like me driving at ass o'clock. I'll give him a wave. I look out my window and, yeah, forget it. When I say it out loud, it sounds ridiculous. Must have been seeing things. There's just no one in the driver's seat. Come on, don't leave us hanging. You might have not have been seeing things after all. What happened? Don't laugh at me, okay? There was no one behind the wheel. Just nothing. What do you mean? Is nobody in the driver's seat at all? I'm as puzzled as you are. Before I could really process it, the light turned green and the truck rolled on away. I had to put my eyes back on the road after that. I never saw that truck again. It only really dawned on me when I got home. Maybe the driver was just on the short side? Their truck was definitely taller than mine too. Maybe we just couldn't see him. Either that or, again, no, start us all get out. Might have just been seeing things. So yeah, that's what it seemed to me at the time, but it was probably nothing. Moral of the story here is that everybody needs some sleep. Lesson learned, we'll take care of ourselves. The city's sealed off until tonight, so I'm gonna try and take it slow while we've got nothing to do. We got way more clues here than I expected. The two accounts we heard both involved a Red Star transport, which leads me to believe we are dealing with one and only one vehicle. Still freaking out about the whole driverless truck thing. Don't blame you. The fact that it happened at night turns this whole thing into a bona fide ghost story. Okay, so now we got self-driving cars. I believe it is utilizing tech that is currently in the R&D phase of development in many countries. It's called an automated vehicle, and it allows a person to go from place to place without lifting a finger, because a holocore is doing the driving. The fact that it kept going in spite of the empty soda can makes me strongly suspect it's an AI-controlled vehicle. My suspicions were correct then. Ren told me a little about this before. So cool, so that means it wasn't a ghost. Phew. Well, you never know, maybe there was a driver. But his shitty job worked him to death. Now he lives on as a vengeful ghost behind the wheel. Wait, what's that? Oh shit, it's right behind you, Farida! Eek! Hey, there's nothing there! You should have seen the look on your face. Why are you like this? You want me to stop calling you kid? Stop acting like one? Back on topic? There was an incident regarding unmanned driving tech. Everyone in the underworld was going on and on about it at the time. I'm amazed this thing is driving around the city without causing any problems. It's kinda insane. I'm not too surprised. You could prevent most accidents by connecting it to the city management system and the info on the city roads. The technology should be state-of-the-art. In fact, I suspect it's the same tech that caused Professor Callaghan's downfall. Oh. I'm sorry, Katra. You have nothing to be sorry for, and I'm alright, I promise. Now it's not the time to wallow in sentimentality. What's the plan? The AI's functionality and patterns could make it quite difficult to capture. I know, normally I'd be fine with dumping this on the second lieutenant or the cops. But I'm a car lover at heart, and I do not like seeing them be used as vehicles for bringing weapons into the city. This shit is personal. First order of business is seeing how far this AI can really go. Also, I'm gonna bring on some outside help for this gig. What kind of outside help? Do you have somebody in mind? Yep, I heard that they'd be here. Some familiar faces in Basel? Go to the motor pavilion? Okay.
Then let's head over.
Why not stay here and relax?
Oh, they destroyed their cars. That's cute. Oh wait, are those the guys from the what is it, the workshop in Edith? The ones from the racing side quest? Sure enough. Ah, Van, so did we get all that right? You wanted us kings of the road to chase down an AI intruder, huh? Don't underestimate them. You really don't know what you're getting into. Neither do I, to be honest. It's not hard to believe, yeah. Couldn't really go too in-depth into the call, sorry. That's freaky, a giant van just driving around all by itself? And it's carrying assault robots inside it too? Pretty far-fetched, but honestly, I'm intrigued. We street racers take pride in our skills, and I'm not about to let some beep-boop bastard one-up me. The beep-boop bastards. Well, being an AI, it can process things much faster than you. Without a plan to catch it, it would probably outmaneuver you. I mean, you could probably... I was gonna make a joke about putting children in front of it and just having it be bait, but that's probably bad. Probably a bad thing to say. No sweat, we'll show that bucket of bolts what real people can do. So what's the plan, Van? Well, here's what I'm thinking. We get my truck and your two cars. Just like paint bat signals on the on the road. Van outlined his three-pronged attack to the group using a map of Basil's roads for reference. Making sure not to overlook the robots themselves, he made combat preparations as well. Okay. I think if we talk again, we just go into a boss fight, so... Let me watch out. Do I want to keep using Katra? Well, you got a skill, right, actually, now that I think about it. How do I see your craft? Oh, you got a shield. It has an attack buff. Yeah, I kind of want you in there. Let's replace Fairy for a while. Half the party has a shield skill now. I wonder how big it is. Yo, we're all set here. We got our carts ready to go. Want to get the show on the road? Somebody will ensue upon beginning the operation. Okay. I think we're set up. Hopefully. Controlling the streets in a specific pattern. They're due to come by here in around 20 minutes. Okay. How is the robot gonna outmaneuver you with this thing? The transport is probably optimized its driving style to evade pursuers. Are you sure you can handle it? Safety first, remember? Don't overextend. Best of luck! It's a giant truck. What's this gonna outmaneuver? She really is her uncle's niece. They're keeping clear of other cars. So far, so good. How's the traffic looking? No congestion as far as I can tell. We can get it cornered. We got it! Perfect. Get the CID, the Basel Police, and the traffic guys. Right. This is Katra. I invoke emergency authority to request a temporary road closure. Looks like it gave up. If machines can even do that, I don't know. Perhaps it simply wasn't programmed to handle these sorts of situations. Nah, it ain't that easy. The machines are booting up! Jennifer, Graham, get back! Right. But was carrying those things. So these are warrior models? See what you mean. They're from Marduk, no doubt. Yeah, these are the ones from Vegas films, alright? 2 at once is gonna be tough. Be careful, guys. On the flip side, we know how they work. Let's send them to the scrapyard where they belong. Their joints have their weak points, according to Reset. Focus on those. Let's clean them up before word gets on the street. Are they not weak to anything? I guess not. That's a bit annoying. Total Ray, arts damage down. Do I have anything that shreds defense? I guess not. I just got basic attacks. Now let's give them Plasma Sphere. Should I stay away from these characters? I'm not sure. That hurt.
A chance.
Okay, let me start just
Let's party! Over here! All for you! Go, Katra!
setting up the tank. How big is the plastic? Why is it so tiny? Why is this shit so tiny?
Show me what you got.
God damn it.
Transmitting code. Activate. It's go time.
Going all in.
I guess crit.
Activating skill. My move now.
Go all out.
Make it count.
Give them your all.
Time for the main event.
We do have the damage bonus. That should be good. That's good damage. Damage and damage down. I'd rather just do damage myself, actually.
Get going, kiddo!
Optical cannon! On yes!
We can probably just kill them, actually. So another tool array.
Activating skill.
Shine! Control ray!
Go time!
He's got a free crit.
Activating skill.
Good thing they didn't have as much health as the one from the Vegas place.
Boost gauge limit crushed.
Strike forts. We got him. Oh man, that was like a movie shot. Huh, that all you got? That felt so much easier than the ones we took down in Tharbat. Reset's info really came in handy there. How often do you go around fighting things like that? I mean, ain't like we want to, it just sorta happens. Now let's figure out how to shut off that auto drive thingy. Right, I'll get to work on... Huh? Are you shitting me? Get back! They got a third one. Huh? Look out! Get away from that thing! A third one? Seriously? Bastard waited for us to let our guard down. Now hold it off. You guys could get backup. Guild, Marduk, whoever. I don't care. Man, don't! What are you... What's that inside her purse? Don't be a hero, dipshit. This is serious. No need. Backup has arrived. Kayla, and...
You let your guard down.
Shit, close your eyes!
Perish!
Perish! And there he just has a laser cannon. You didn't close your eyes, Aaron? An optical weapon. It's his Buster Lance. He showed me it back home once. Incredible. I see now how you earned your title, Kamsin. You had the measure of the situation from the very start, didn't you?
This was nothing more than our response as a part of crisis management. Our firm's concierge has previously analyzed the situation. I will leave the rest to the CID and the local police, as well as them. Farewell.
Cutscene. That attack was incredible. He took out the robot in one fell swoop. Went right for the joints too, just like she said. He looked like he barely lifted a finger. Well, this is Marduk's ace we're talking about. That's just what he does. But hey, all's well that ends well, right? We still got the credit for it. That in and of itself is aggravating, but I'm in no position to complain. At any rate, thank you for completing my request. Given you did hunt down 3 units instead of 2, your reward will be adjusted accordingly. Much thanks to you two as well. Aw, we didn't do much. And I'm just glad I got to have a good race. Talk about stealing the spotlight. What are we, chopped liver? Yeah, I've still got a long way to go before I can rival my brother. I mean, we're given bad information in the first place. I'm just glad we put a stop to those robots for good, even if it wasn't all us. Yeah, you have my thanks as well. Who knows what damage they would have caused if left unchecked. Don't sell yourself short, bud. You helped a bunch too. Plenty more where that came from. Let's keep Almada on their toes. Right, of course. With some fiddling, Catherine managed to decouple the autodrive unit from the transport vehicle. After the local authorities conducted their own investigation, the traffic restrictions were lifted, and all was back to normal.
Mission accomplished! Great job, you guys! Reward deposited!
Still not enough to level up Law? Damn. Okay. Let me think. Alright, I think we finished all side quests for this part of the chapter, so we can continue the main story. But before that, I'm gonna take a short break, just a minute or two. I'm gonna go to the restroom, and then I'll be right back. be right back, everyone.
Okay.
So... Right.
The characters say anything funny while I was away?
Off we go.
Okay, we continue with the main story now. He's gonna go around talking to people. That's Ren. You didn't have time to arrival better. Ren, we weren't expecting to find you here. You want something from us? The opposite, I have something for you. A little piece of intel. Do you have to go blabbing to them about it? Hey, don't spoil her fun, Killjoy. Ladies don't like a hard ass. Excuse me? Alright, boys, simmer down. That's not the time for mouthing off. So, what's this info about? To the surprise of no one, Almada was behind the explosion in Anchorville. It sounds like it's a mess out there right now, after word got out that Almada had corporate help. Yeah, a lot of high-ranking bracers are stuck there right now trying to sort everything out. Honestly, I'd really rather be out there right now, but we're tied up here. Yeah, after yesterday, we're not leaving anytime soon. Indeed, I'm still positive that the attack in Anchorville was just a diversion. Basil has to be their main target. In fact, we know a little more about the agents who unleashed their archaisms in the city yesterday. I strongly believe it was the same duo you met in Langport. Them again? Viola and Alexander. They caused a ton of trouble back in Langport too. Certainly not good. That said, we shouldn't have to worry about them here now that Marduk is in town. How many men have they got? We talking just one area or the whole city? They have enough people on the ground to rival a large Jaeger corps, and with vastly better equipment. Their chief of security in particular, he's a real force of nature. Of course, I imagine you all know that pretty well already. Kasim. Yep, Grams here described him as one of the strongest Jaeger to walk the earth. It's funny, guy's got this baby face. He doesn't even look 30, but he gives off this vibe that he could kick your ass into next week. At any rate, the city's in good hands with him patrolling around. We still gotta figure out what Almada's plotting next, though. Speaking of, you confirmed those two you encountered yesterday were connected to the Gardens, correct? Yeah, said they were overseers. That checks out. They've got 4 units and an overseer in charge of each one. The two of them seem to be connected to Almada differently, though. Melchior is both an overseer and a high-ranking executive in Almada. And his cohort said that she was only a contractor. Talk about complicated. I wonder what the story there is. I also wonder where their subordinates are. We're not much the wiser than you guys there, unfortunately. What we do know is that the most monstrous mafia and most vile assassins to ever live have joined hands. And that ain't good. Indeed. After we have Basil to take care of, we'll need to devise a strategy for dealing with them. Have you managed to learn anything more about what Almada's up to here? Unfortunately not. If anything, we were hoping you might have a lead on where Professor Callaghan might be. I wish I did, but I'm not too familiar with the geography of this area. I tried to see if I could find anything on the net, but they covered their tracks, unfortunately. Sorry for coming up empty-handed. Don't worry about it, it really wasn't going to be that easy. Aside from that, my only other advice is to keep the septium veins in mind. They're more relevant than you might think. The septium veins? I recall Reset mentioning those recently, actually. They do have a tendency to affect the orbital network in particular. At first glance, they appear unrelated. We had no way to prove they were at all related, until a certain phenomenon in Crossville demonstrated that the two can affect each other under the right conditions. This incident here is eerily reminiscent of what happened a year and a half ago. It's just my hunch, though. Well, that does make a lot of sense. Yeah, thanks for the pointer. Well, we're gonna get back to tracking down Callaghan. What are you three up to? We'll be doing the rounds to keep the city under control. We can't just leave it all to Marduk. Yeah, they're good, don't get me wrong, but they're even shadier than you guys are. I don't trust them. I'll be helping out too, until there's some other development that demands my attention. I need to keep an eye out on all the other students as well. We're all waiting for you, Agnes. Odette and Albert too, don't forget that, okay? I won't. Please be careful, Ren. Okay.
What's next?
I was a little disappointed by the size of that shield, so I'm actually gonna switch Fairy in. Plot relevance be damned. He's still gonna be there in cutscenes. Give it another look. Come it real thorough this time. Yes, Chief. Something wrong? Anything we can help with? I wish it was that simple, but no. Ain't nothing you folks can help with. Guess it wouldn't hurt to fill you in, though. What? Parts for that weapon prototype went missing? Yep, we found it out when we were looking into Callaghan's disappearance. Most of the parts are still here. It's not like the whole thing up and vanished. But there are little bits and pieces of our inventory missing. Our order sheets don't add up. And we haven't been able to find the missing parts anywhere. It's not just a few of them either. We're missing huge chunks of inventory. Too much stuff to count. Well, that's alarming. We're talking about that weapon you showed us earlier, right? Yeah, that definitely ain't good. And you're right, I don't know how we could help with that. Smells like an inside job to me. No way the world-famous Giscard workshop just loses track of inventory like that. Damn straight, a lot of us here know about the weapon, but it's still a highly confidential project. We've taken extra steps to make sure nothing gets out. And of all the times, this had to happen right after I went and mouthed off at to send. Shameful, I tell you. You order parts online, don't you? I remember you showing me how that system worked. Do you think this inventory shortfall might be related to the network problems the city's been having? Our youngsters suggested the same thing. It's not entirely off the table, no. I just like to think that we were being more careful than that. How could we not be, given everything going on? It's understandable, yeah. I find it hard to believe it was just an accident, with how careful everyone's been. This feels premeditated. Yeah, with all the weird shit going on, it's hard to chalk anything up to coincidence right now. There's just so much going on. We'll keep an eye out for any leads about your parts, though. Thanks. Man, I'm sorry, folks. You've got enough on your plate without us and our stupid supply hiccups. We're still trying to find Callaghan, but we haven't got any good leads yet. Our best guess is that he's somewhere off the beaten path. Might have holed himself up somewhere on purpose, even. That does sound like a good guess. I mean, he's not walking around. Well, if you learn anything, let us know.
The orbital net's out of whack.
The orbital net's out of whack.
No need to be shy now.
Oh, we've actually got quite a few quartz. Reset is out for the count, so we probably shouldn't be opening our stuff up. Barry? Or yes? Oh, I guess I haven't started opening this part for his stuff. Doesn't matter, I'm not really using it right now.
See you again.
Maintenance mode engaged.
Guess I got defense 3. Art's damage increases when HP is lower. I'd rather my HP not be low though. That's a lot of crit. I don't want to give that to Aaron though. We have been using this once in a while, the cast. Let's give her cast. Why not? He does use arts once in a while.
Maintenance mode activated.
I am gonna give you strike 3.
Looks like a new shard skill, eh?
And what else would you want? I'd like to give this to Van, if anything. I guess I'll just give you this. Chance of increasing attack when defending. That's like so much. Can I take something from Van and give it to him? Do you have an attack 1 course? Yeah, you do. Van has hit 1. Do you have a hit 1? Yeah, you do. I don't want to give Van that extra defense. Maybe I can trade that shield for it.
Modifying your orbment, are you? That's a single element slot.
Or this is fine too.
Updated. Better check them out.
Maintenance mode activated.
Just give you defense too.
Skill loadout updated.
Switching to maintenance mode.
I'll just give you the defense 1 since we have it.
Shifting to maintenance mode.
Basically,
Maintenance mode activated.
every one of Aaron's attack is a crit at this point. It would be nice to give him attack 3, but I haven't gotten the right course. We're just kind of stuck on people right now. Okay, let's go to the next location. Is that Yang? Professor Cronkite? Oh, there he is. I'm glad we didn't have to go on a wild goose chase to find you today. Aphidus the Spriggan. Look like you have something more to discuss with me. Damn right we do. Imagine you're already privy to the situation, so we don't need to bring you up to speed. Right now, we're trying to get everything under control ourselves before the government interferes any further. Or intervenes any further. That's why we wanted to ask you about... Me? What exactly do I have to do with all this? I've let my curiosity speak by the developments here. Marduk's is an interesting wrinkle in the story. As are Professor Callaghan's, shall we say, inadvisable efforts. I do plan to stay and watch how this all pans out, but as I said yesterday, will you at least let me finish before dismissing me? I've had to face a lot of hard truths over the past few days. I've been made to realize just how lacking I am, and how much I still have to learn. I know that it's impossible to rectify all that I want overnight. All of that overnight. But there are still things I want to protect no matter the cost. All I want is your feedback on a hypothesis of mine. I won't ask for any more of your help than that. Go on. He looks pretty pleased by that. Professor Callaghan all but lives on the network now. But that goal of his contradicts the actions he took. One thing doesn't add up to me. Why did he simply let the Mafia destroy the Aurora? It's a good question. I agree, that is an obvious contradiction. If they intend to use weapons of mass destruction, they must figure out how to invent and produce them. They simply don't exist yet. Professor Callaghan's AI only solves one part of the problem. Even with functional blueprints, there are no means to produce them. The AI is essential in their research efforts. It holds more computational power than any other machine in Basel. And if they no longer have it, that begs another question. How will they produce these nuclear weapons without the means to invent them? Sorry, I'm just a bit confused by the way they're referring to the Callaghan's AI versus the Aurora. I'm not sure when they're talking about either. It might be a translation hiccup, or it's just weirdly phrased in general. Weirdly worded. An astute observation. Can't say no, can you? Something tells me you wanted to help him out all along, in spite of your crotchety old man act. I'm simply giving him the feedback he requested. It'll be up to him to prove his theory, though judging from what I've heard so far, he'll find the answer soon enough. Yang. You're correct. People do not grow and change overnight, but having watched you, I can see how you've matured over the years. I look forward to seeing you grow into a well-rounded scientist, just as Professor Hamilton did. Thank you. I will. He really is like a brother to you, huh? He's more helpful than he wants to admit. Curious where he's going after he leaves Basel, but I guess that ain't my business. I agree, and besides, it's not our place to tell him how to live his life. We need to focus on our own work right now. You're right. We've got a lot of info to work with now. Yeah, but I can't wrap my head around how it all fits together. Maybe talking it out will help. Is there a place we can chat in private? We can always head back to the inn. Actually, how about you all come to my place? You won't have to worry about people listening in there. Oh no, we couldn't impose on you like that. I really don't mind, and neither would Professor Hamilton. It's her house, but I'm the only one who lives there right now. Cool, we'll take you up on your offer. Kinda curious to see the home of one of Epstein's 3 disciples. Oh, I wouldn't expect too much. It's just a normal family home. Anyway, we can head over whenever you'd like. Okay. I don't think we have anything else to do, so let's just head on over. This is cinnamon coffee, huh? Kinda has a different fragrance to it, but it's not bad. The professor's a big fan of it, so I've had it a lot. I've heard it's pretty popular over in the Central East. Yeah, I drank a lot of it. I drank it a lot back home. Always with milk, though. I can see myself getting addicted to this fragrance. It pairs perfectly with the chocolate, too. We've got ourselves a little slice of heaven here. Someone put a sock in this guy already. You're a big fan of sweet things, huh? You seem to like the Engadin, too. He can't help himself, I'm afraid. It feels so strange to have this place to be so lively again. I've been the only one here for so long now. Yang and Essie are so busy with their work that they can only afford to drop by every once in a blue moon these days. That's too bad. But you were still really young when you were adopted by the professor? That's right, though I'd rather skip how it came about. Even though we're not related by blood, she treated me like a real grandchild. As soon as I started taking an interest in technology and absorbing anything I could, she would always find time in her busy schedule to teach me. After that, I started visiting the observatory a lot, because that was where she did her research. My interest in astronomy led to Yang and Essie teaching me all kinds of things along with her. I was a complete nobody, and yet they chose to make me part of their family. They seem like absolutely lovely people. I can see why you're so desperate to protect everything they left behind in their absence. But I failed. The Aurora was destroyed. Reset suffered just to keep me safe. I don't know how I'm going to be able to face the professor when she comes home. Like Reset said, there's a lot of people around who love you. This might be a good time to learn to lean on them a little more. You are not alone, Catra. Woof. Yeah, I'm coming to realize that too. I got my robot buddies. I thought I'd learned that lesson when we all came together to finish Fio and Ceros, but apparently I was a few steps away. I could never have done that on my own. It took Grant's help, Yang and Essie's help. Even Professor Callaghan played a pivotal role in getting the job done. Really? Professor Callaghan helped make your orbital drones? I remember hearing that he used to stop by here despite being Hamilton's rival, but it's still hard to imagine. You all only know him as he is now, but like I said yesterday, he wasn't always like that. He was the leading figure in the field of engineering science. He even designed a whole lot of the current Republican Army's weaponry. He used to be something of a rival to Professor Hamilton and us, but both sides fully respected one another, and took it as a way for all of us to grow. It was because Professor Callaghan and Professor Hamilton joined forces that they were able to create the Aurora, too. Actually... What is it? Why did he run off? Idea? Eureka? Found it! Huh? That looks a lot like the Aurora. Yeah, not exactly the same, but pretty damn close. It is. It's part of another idea that was considered during the planning stages for the Aurora. It was to be one half of a twin core system that was modeled after the left and right sides of the human brain. The two systems would perform totally different calculations in tandem with one another, much like our brains do. In the end, budgetary constraints meant that only the Aurora was completed, but a prototype version of the other system was made. So then, there's effectively a prototype of the central computer from yesterday out there somewhere? I did think it was weird that they destroyed the Aurora considering their endgame. But if Professor Callaghan was one of the developers behind the whole project, it would make sense if he gave them that prototype too. If we assume that it's the case, that'll significantly help in narrowing down where it could be now. Will you give me a hand finding the other documents we have on it here? Of course! Just tell us what you want us to do. I guess I can put the work in. But if you can't pinpoint where the thing is after we find all the stuff you want, we're gonna force you to run butt naked through Basel. Okay, Aaron. Yeah, whatever. And yes, I need you to find a map of the septum veins in this area. He sure picked himself up fast. They're a lot more grown up than you are, that's for sure. Ort Abandoned Factory. I think that's her place. That's the place where a lot of the research leading to the last generation of gunships was done, right? The area was sealed off a while ago because it was so worn down, but do you really think we're gonna find our target here? There? I'd say the odds are about 87%. No, 90%. You're just saying that number to sound smart. I tried taking the waveforms of the distortions in the orbital and energy supply networks, then combining them with that map of the septum veins. The only place that matches that data is big and quiet enough to hide a device of the Aurora's size, and is still close enough to Basel to interfere with the orbital network. Nowhere else is as good as match as this. That's some confidence. But I don't think it's misplaced. This area matches everything we know so far. An abandoned factory far from civilization seems like the perfect place for Almada to use as a hideout. What are you doing? Stop doing the protagonist's head pat. Congratulating you on a job well done. I'm sure even that genius professor would be impressed by your efforts here. I wouldn't be so sure about that. It's just a guess right now. We won't know for sure until we make our way over there. Oh, we come this far. Time to finish this leg of the race. I agree. It's 2 PM already, so we don't have much time. I think we should let Ren, the guild, and the CAD know what we're doing. The abandoned road leading to the factory is on the bottom level of Newtown, on the other side of a locked gate. A certification card will get us through it. I'm ready to leave as soon as you all are. We'll head on over as soon as you're ready, then. You told everyone.
On my way. Why not stay here and relax?
Okay. Kinda low on CP. I could use a good fight. Just to charge it up.
No rest for the weary.
I don't know what that guy's looking at. Why are there destroyed gunship parts? This place looks old. You think those airships parts? Sure, you think those are airship parts lying around? They're covered in moss too. It looks like this road really hasn't been used in quite some time. This isn't really an area I come to. Geological surveys have confirmed that there is a large septum vein running under here, however. Man, look at this. Tire tracks from a big truck, huh? They look pretty fresh. They must have been carrying something really heavy. Maybe... oh! We're on the right track then. The MacGuffin... That's so. There's that phenomenon again. It has to be resonating with that green Genesis we saw. Does that mean it's also going on their side? Alright, time to get this over with before the CID and the Guild makes this their stomping ground. Right, we need to hit them while they're off their guard.
I'm not going to do anything reckless anymore. So come on, you two. While the professor's away, it falls on us to... No, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to protect what I hold dear. And with everyone's help, too.
Both the engineering skills and mental development of Katra have reached the required parameters.
S-Craft unlocked!
Unlocking the S-Class offensive program. Dagama Driver.
God damn it. Is this a technique that helps you two move at high speed while in sync? I think the professor told me that Yang and the others helped her develop this a while back. Kinda neat that they're designed to unlock new functions as their user grows. I agree, that's cool. I don't get how it works, but sure, that's awesome. Even all the way out here, they're still supporting you. That must feel nice. I guess I should put Katra in the party again. Yeah, it does. And now, thanks to them, I'll be able to contribute even more in battle. Let's get going. The abandoned factory should be just ahead. Dagama Driver.
No enemies nearby.
Yeah, sorry, Perry.
Best point found.
Let's pull you out for a little bit.
Whew, that hits the spot. Let's get to work.
Don't forget about your charges.
Take the stun.
Combat over. Processing data.
Oh, these are some weak monsters. Oh, let's figure it out. This one has a lot of
Activate stunts. Take this. Snooze, you lose.
Blade Bear.
There we go.
Make it count, Aaron.
There! You've got this, Agnes!
Activating skill.
Here's a little more.
I don't have enough.
Too slow!
I don't have enough CP for it.
I'm going.
Wow. What'd you expect?
Quite a bit of experience. Oh, for a second I thought I wasn't able to go this way.
Engaging enemy.
You've got a charge attack ready to go.
Nice. Moving on up. Next.
There.
Come on.
We can win right now. I did it.
There. Come on.
There.
Next. There's still more.
Battle done. Assembling data.
That hunk of junk
What
supposed
the
to
fuck
be an
is that?
airship? Looks pretty damn ancient.
Ancient history, more
moving
like.
ahead.
This type's been all but replaced by newer models. Looks like the gang's all here.
Come on! This is it. Activate charge.
Keep your guard up. That's a big group.
Okay, let's see what we got.
Now's your chance to boost. Energy output.
The gamma driver, it's a big ass beam.
Activating
Let's go, Zeros. Lance mode activate. Degama,
Oh, that's neat.
Boost gauge limit exceeded.
on yes.
Okay. We'll kill this thing then.
Start activating skill.
Sucker.
Oh, I'm already at the edge of my zone.
This sucker. Make it count. This sucker.
Activating skill.
Falcon talent. Keep moving, Van.
This'll hurt.
Bolt in your court. Aerial Buster.
All you on yes.
Activating skill.
Sucker.
A chance. Eat this.
Make it count, Aaron. Sucker.
I think I've grown a little.
That was a lot of experience. EP cut 3. I'd like to give that to my niece, actually.
Switching to maintenance mode.
What should I replace?
Single element slot accessed. New shard skill
I
added.
don't really like the ring
Single element slot
space
accessed.
very much. I feel like this is better in any case. I'm Althea. I should probably replace that.
New shard skill added.
Major additional damage when using space arts. Maybe we should equip a strong space art for Agnes in that case.
Boost gauge charging, good and done.
Get to work. Not done yet.
You've got a charge attack ready to go.
I feel like this guy's charge attack does less damage than his normal attack.
We all in one piece.
Come on.
I'll take it from here.
Engaging enemy. Move on or what?
Could use a charge attack, you know.
Here goes.
Thanks as always, Theo.
Gotcha. Next.
Let's keep moving ahead. Enemy suppressed. Nice work.
Wow.
The help was much
detect treasure.
appreciated.
Oh. Time to open some more slots.
Show 'em what you're really capable of.
There's still more.
Thanks a whole bunch, Theo, Zeros.
Oh god.
We can win by unleashing shark strike.
This'll hurt.
Use a shark boost to get the upper hand. Give them your all.
I'll dice you up. Make it count, Aaron.
I got a lot of health. Trying to think where to hit them from.
Going all in.
Activating skill.
Not a crit?
Go,
Damn.
kiddo. Theo, we need help.
Thanks, pal. I'll take that.
On yes. Got it.
By the heavens! Here!
A chance! This'll hurt!
Bam!
Stay put!
Oh, they killed him. They fucking killed Catcher.
Eat this, sucker. Make it count. Eat this, sucker. Some of this. Get going, kiddo. Satellite jerk.
Does he refund his own CP as well? I think so. Kinda messed up.
Gotcha.
Nice. That went great.
Pretty hot shit, Van.
This is it.
Activate charge.
I don't wanna.
Next one! Enemy suppressed! Nice work! We can win right now!
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
Just trying to level up before the next leg. Oh, actually, there are way too many. There are way too many enemies. I shouldn't be pausing to kill every single group. Why should we just pick them up? I didn't realize there were so many.
Come back when you're stronger.
Maybe she would only attack the bigger monsters.
Close in and kick some ass.
Like the bears. They'll still give like reasonable experience.
Good.
These
Hopefully
things
I get
giving
some
like
nice
70
data.
are kind of whatever.
Lancing battle! Proceed with caution! Launching ambush!
Oh, it's turning out to die.
This'll
Get the upper
hurt.
hand! Activating skill!
I'll dice you up. All you on, yes.
There!
Too slow.
Ketra! No!
Aaron.
Activating skill.
There we go!
Keep moving, Van.
Give him your all!
Gotcha. We're down.
A chance! There!
On yes. Go time.
Have some more.
Couldn't
like
take
a
your
chest.
eyes off me, right?
That was amazing, Aaron!
There's so many of these little things.
Show him what you're really capable of! Combat over! Processing data!
Take this down.
There's still more.
I'm on it! Show him what you're really capable of! There!
I got scared about that one.
You gonna get a move on or what? Looks like some good loot.
Take this down. That one's big. Take this. This'll hurt.
Use a sharp boost to get the upper hand! Full boost! Go activating...
Great.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked!
Make it count, Aaron.
Eat this, sucker. Some of this. Get going, kiddo.
This'll do the trick.
Satellite jerk.
I'll take that.
That's kind of like Ellie's healing ability in the crossbow games.
Certain arts will be more
That it
effective.
also refunds CP.
What should I do?
It would be funny to just make him a heal bot, just boost his speed to max.
Certain arts will be more effective.
Give him CP generating equipment, and go to the town every turn, just giving everyone 30 CP.
What should I do?
Going all in.
Activating skill.
Find the heavens.
Pierce.
This'll hurt.
Full boost. Go all out. Give it your all.
You're not getting away.
Blast off! You're stunned! A chance!
This'll hurt.
Full boost. Go all out. Give them your all. Boost gauge. Limiter.
Nice. Great.
Pretty hot shit, Van.
Give engagement. Brace yourself. Show them what you're really capable of.
Pierce,
Good
go.
work, guys. We all in one piece?
I actually would play Street Fighter enough that she knows JP's lines, but whenever I hear that for some reason, whenever it appears, it's just in my head. I said I wasn't going to kill everything, but I'm really just killing everything I find.
Now, let's finish the job.
Unleashing shark strike. Give them your all.
Gotcha! Go, Catra!
On yes!
Activating skill.
Here's a little more.
I can live with this.
Good work, Anya.
It's kind of spooky.
Looks like the gang's all here.
Take the stun!
Let's get to work.
Not done yet!
Don't forget about your charge attack.
Good. Hopefully I got some nice data.
Threat level high. Be extremely cautious.
Take this!
I got iframes.
Take the stun!
Good chance to deploy shards.
Take this!
This'll hurt.
Full boost. Go all out. Activating
Time.
skill. Boost gauge.
Make it
limiter
count, Aaron.
unlocked.
Activating skill.
Blazing blast! Get going, kiddo!
This'll do the trick.
Let's party!
This'll do the trick.
I feel like this would do more damage.
This'll do the trick.
The optical cannon, just because it's an arts attack.
It's working.
Balls in your court!
Come here. I need you.
A chance.
But who knows?
Activating drive. Full boost. Activating skill.
Gotcha!
There.
On yes!
Here goes.
Full boost. Go all out.
This'll hurt.
I don't really do anything back, man.
Short crush!
Nice. Moving on up.
Everyone got levels up? Level ups,
Stop
rather?
here.
Well,
No new skills though, that's all set.
Don't forget about your charge attack. Gauge fully replenished.
Gotcha!
We gonna get a move on or what?
There! Take this out! Now, let's finish the job! Gotcha!
There's still more.
It should be safe for now.
I see me some nobodies.
Ow.
Gotcha! Now, let's finish the job!
I'm just gonna vandalize right them.
Got a whole slew of them.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked. A chance. What should I do?
Make it count.
Beans.
It's go time! Eat this, sucker!
Activating skill.
Some of this! Couldn't take your eyes off me, right?
That was amazing, Aaron.
Rot 2. Oh, so there are two versions of the status effect. Quartz. I don't suppose you can equip multiple of them of the same type. Okay. Going through here seems to be our main objective. I'll probably start the next section of this mission. Oh, here's an abandoned factory, alright? Yeah, it looks really old. It's reacting even more strongly than before. Must mean the other Genesis is being used as we speak. Which, from all we know about the professor's research, means we need to hurry. Right, let's find a way to infiltrate the building. Okay. Now, the game tells us that from now on, I'm not allowed to go back to the city. Yeah. So I'm just gonna stop for now then, and next time we can pick up from here. I'm just making a different save. I just like keeping different ones in case I want to go back to do something, but man, it's so nice to live in a time where we can have 1,000 different save files for everything. Okay, I think I'm going to end it here for now. Thanks for everyone that dropped in. On Monday, we'll pick this up again. We'll probably finish this chapter. And yeah. I actually don't know how much of the game is left. Like, we still have 3 Genesis left to pick up, which is kind of wild. I don't know if we're going to keep picking them up for the rest of the game one by one, or if they're going to like speed things up or do some weird thing towards the end. But yeah, game long. Stuff happening. I'm kind of afraid that we'll still be picking up party members in every single chapter as well. The party is starting to get a little bloated, I feel. I was kind of comfortable when it was just 4 people, but like we said, it was interesting because we'd already been introduced to her, but then Catford sort of showed up. I'm like, oh no. I'm less happy now. I need to keep overriding this. I already said like 2-3 times. Well, anyway, thanks for everyone that dropped in. Hope to see you again next time. And have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye. Good night.